Come on in, come on in. Sit your tail down. Get the popcorn going, you understand? Because I'm back with another scary video. And this one is another scary compilation by Bizarre Bob. So, we're going to get into this and see what kind of ghosts we can find lurking. Alright, let's go. Let's get to see if there's another banger coming up and thing.
The following video comes from a local news station in Peru that caught something pretty creepy on camera. The station had featured a news report showing footage of a small town struck by severe weather. Residents of this town were left devastated by this natural disaster, but many of them were left totally creeped out after watching this broadcast. Apparently, something strange was captured. The segment in question starts off with footage of a school playground that appears to be completely devoid of any children.
Ni los juegos infantiles se salvaron de la furia de la naturaleza. Los columpios, sube y baja, quedaron flotando en el agua emposada.
Now the reporter makes it clear that the site has been abandoned as heavy rains have flooded the area. The segment then shows more footage of other sites that have also been left behind. But one clip in particular has left many viewers feeling a bit weird. In fact, they were left feeling beyond spooked upon noticing something strange in the recording. The news reporter is visiting a section of the town known as Santo Domingo when out of nowhere, this happens.
Desde el asentamiento humano Santo Domingo, Comité 6. Mira la escalera, ¿cómo podría bajar aquí una persona, un anciano? Los niños, ¿cómo podrían bajar? Mira.
What the bumble clot?
As the camera pans over to the base of the stairs, a strange figure can be seen. It's hard to make out what exactly is being seen here, but it's clear that someone or something is there. This mysterious figure moves in such a way as though struggling to get a grip on the staircase. Residents of the town no doubt believe that this may have been the ghost of a victim who was claimed by this natural disaster, but it's still a mystery as to who or even what this might have been. Now it's worth noting that the reporter didn't notice the figure while filming, which has led viewers to believe that something supernatural was captured. But as always, you be the judge. Did something
I saw, I think it's the video right before this one actually, that there was some Hispanic people singing a Hispanic song, and then all of a sudden something that looked exactly like that just came up, and the photographer actually saw it, and he's like, oh, but the other people couldn't see it, and it looked exactly like that. There's aliens over there in their jungles in South America. What the bumbleclot? You see that thing? You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't see it, but the camera picked it up. Kind of the same thing with the other one, because the guy was looking at the camera when that, oh man, And let me tell you something, I traveled to South America, you know what I mean? And I've been to the jungles. And I could tell you something. There's got to be stuff in there we have never seen. There's got to be. There's no way. That place is so densely overgrown. One of these days when they go in there and they start chopping down trees and acting stupid, something is going to come up there and just bust them up, boy. That's what's going to happen.
Paranormal appear? Or was something else captured? There's a store in Brazil that is well known for selling electronics and other consumer products for low prices. But aside from being known for its competitive deals, the store is known for being haunted. Now, even though there's been a couple of stories from employees who've seen strange things at work, only one video has caught footage of something pretty baffling. The video starts off with employees of the store looking over at security footage from last night. But as they continue to watch, something happens that spooks them out of their minds. Take a look.
Tá aqui, pô. Tá não. Não, lá vem, ó. Tá vendo? Lá no cantinho, ó. Lá no cantinho, ó.
Oh.
Tá vendo?
No, that thing is floating.
Jesus da glória, é uma pessoa com manto.
That thing is floating.
Tá muito alto. Olha aí, tá flutuando agora, tá flutuando. Tá na mesma altura que ele tá naquela TV lá.
Ele não tem pé não, ó.
Daí já é voando. Foi aquela
Voando.
vez para lá.
Foi. Mas não vem aqui não, pô.
Meu Deus do céu. Cara, ele é muito grande, bicho.
Ele vai sumir ali, ele vai sumir, ó.
Bomboclat.
Pode, toma. Né?
A mysterious figure appears out of nowhere and makes its way across the store. It appears to be cloaked in a white garment, as it seemingly floats above ground. According to one of the workers, it doesn't appear to have feet, which viewers believe is enough evidence to prove this as being supernatural. Given its oddly stiff composure, viewers are further convinced that this was something otherworldly. So then, was a ghost caught on camera, or had something else appeared on tape?
No, I was absolutely ready to debunk it because it looked like somebody stepped out. But once it started floating across there, and then it seems to be sort of wavy, like, you know what I mean? Nobody walking could replicate that waviness type of thing, you know what I mean? Even if and I've watched camera footage like this, and I could say, oh, that's somebody walking there. But the wavy part of it like that, no. I've never been to Brazil, but if I do, I'm not going to that store. I don't care what kind of deals they have in that store. You can keep your deals, man. I'm gonna keep my sanity.
On March 23rd of 2023, somewhere in Oregon, a motorcyclist was recording footage of an off-road trail when something completely unexpected had occurred. This motorcyclist, whose name is Eden, has been here before, but for some reason, he seems uneasy this time around. He can't shake the feeling that something is very different about this path. Now, it wasn't until traveling further up that something pretty creepy was captured. Take a look.
That's kind of creepy.
Is that Bones?
Go this way.
You ain't going nowhere
This is where
home,
most
Skillet.
people would turn around.
I would.
Turn around and you never get to see what's on the other side. That's where all the gold is waiting over there.
Goals, the G wood, all right.
Could
Goals.
be missing out what's on the other side.
Yeah. And you have no way of running back if something coming in there at you. You understand what I'm saying? If you get up there. Oh, Bobcat on the scene. That's enough stuff for me to get out of there. You're snapping in the freaking woods, dude. You turn that stuff around. See? That's what I'm talking about.
The sound of someone or something approaching Eden can be heard close by, although it could be that a bobcat was heading towards Eden, as the pile of animal bones seemed to suggest that this was its lair. He couldn't help but think that something else was nearby. Fearing for his safety, he promptly turns around and heads home. Now, it wasn't until months later that Eden had returned to the spot, but unlike before, something happens that terrifies him to his core. Watch.
Oh god, bones are still here. I don't like this at all.
Now, why you going there, homie?
Even more bones than last time. It's been a few months since I filmed the last video, because honestly I've just been too scared to come up here. Definitely a lot more overgrown than last time. I'm hoping that since it's been such a long time that I don't think anything will happen this time. I think that tree is actually gone. This road's been cleared. Looks like we've already passed it a while ago, but that tree is gone. Oh! It's just dark as hell in here. I'm probably gonna turn around soon.
Don't you have headlights, homie?
Oh, there's two ways.
Oh, he's lost,
Dude,
yeah.
Still
He's,
going forever.
he's freaking lost now.
It just got really quiet really fast.
Alien Predator is on the scene. Look at the bike, I wanted to start. The bike, I wanted to start. Boom, clot.
No, no.
Ain't got no light.
That was my cue to go. That was my cue to leave.
Like something straight out of a horror movie, the woods all of a sudden go quiet. But during this unusual silence, Eden sees what looks to be a tall, pale-looking figure emerging from the bushes. Upon looking closely, it appears to be crouching and walking slowly as though stalking its prey. Terrified beyond belief, Eden starts the bike while trying to catch his breath. But to make things even more tense, the bike doesn't start. Eventually it does, at which point Eden speeds away for the sake of his life. He has no idea as to what this might have been, but some viewers believe that this might have been a skinwalker or some sort of supernatural entity. But of course, what are your thoughts? To this day, this video serves to remind him that some places aren't worth further exploring.
What are my thoughts? I am not going in. Okay, it depends on where I am. Now, on the island where I'm from, there's no bobcats, there's no tigers, there's no lions. There's some voodoo, but I ain't scared of that. But yeah, I've never been in here before. Ooh, let me explore, you know, and you're going to some dark woods and stuff, and you don't even have a light. You don't even have a bumble-clad flashlight. Come on now. Why would I go in there if I can't see where I'm going? I want to see where I'm going. You understand? Ooh, adventure, ooh. Man, I'm gonna have one of them military grade flashlights. Whoop, whoop. Going in there. You understand what I'm saying? And why would I turn my bike off? If you realize it's gotten quiet in there, you know it got quiet in there even before you turn off the bloody bike. Why turn it off? You see, I'm always thinking easy escape.
In the following video, a woman is lying in bed when she points her finger to the ceiling. Although the person who's with her has no idea as to what she's seeing, it's what happens next that leaves them pretty spooked. Now, the person who's recording her is her daughter, and the reason she took this video is because as of recent, her mother has been acting strange. Erica Ponce, the daughter recording this, states that her mother has always been a sensible and healthy woman. To her, she's more than just a parent, but a friend as well. And just like friends, they would often go out and spend time with each other. From having mother-daughter dates at their favorite baseball stadium, to shopping at the fanciest mall in town on a very low budget, Erica can't imagine a world without her mother. But unfortunately, one day, something pretty devastating had occurred. Erica's mom was diagnosed with a terminal illness. According to the doctor, her days were numbered. Her life is expected to end soon. Over time, the mother-daughter dates had become less frequent before eventually stopping completely. Erica's mom was too sick to go out. Understandably, seeing her mom like this was too much for Erica.
Oh.
Hey, good morning. Had a really bad week.
Now, as time went on, Erica noticed that her mom has been acting slightly off. She's been saying and seeing things that don't make sense. One day, she grabs her phone to record this strange, common occurrence, but unlike previous incidents, this one has left her speechless. Take a look.
What you see?
Angels,
And where are they at?
ceiling.
On the ceiling? I don't see anything, Mom.
Hey,
I don't see anything. You see them? I don't see anything. Are they making you happy?
Yes,
Yeah? Well, that's good. How many?
four,
4? 4?
Erica's mom seems to be seeing something on the ceiling. She believes that her mother had actually seen something, angels in this case, as she was expected to pass away soon. Viewers can't help but think the same, as they too have witnessed loved ones say the same thing before dying. According to them, some people will see a deceased relative or friend whose purpose is to make them feel comfortable before crossing over to the other side. Now, whether or not that's true is up to you to decide, but knowing this brings Erica comfort, as her mother had recently passed away. Watching this video reassures her that somewhere beyond this realm, her mother is in good hands. But as always, what do you think? Like all videos, you be the judge on whether or not something was present during this recording.
Now, I've mentioned this before in videos, okay? We only use a tiny portion of our brain. So could it be that times like these, the parts we don't use is coming into play? So then we are seeing things that we don't see while we out here running through this rat race. Because, you know, when you pass on, I think it's an eternal sleep, right? You know, you're just gone, sleeping forever. So then the mind is starting to use certain parts of it that we haven't used through our whole lives, because, you know, it's starting to rest up. You know what I'm saying? And it's quite possible that after the passing on happens, we then use that mind, that part of the brain that we don't use when we're alive, to exist, because we exist in some sort of a, I wouldn't say a dimension, but in some sort of physiological state. Is that the word I'm looking for? But some kind of state we there. And maybe that's why there is ghosts. And maybe that's why some people see them, because at some point in our lives, some of us is using that other part of the brain that we don't normally use. Now, here's the thing. Is that part of the brain not being used as a way of the body to protect us from stuff we might see that we wouldn't understand? And also, too, think about it, you know what I mean? It might not even be anything scary. Like, you know, you always see a dark ghost, terrorists. It might just be existing like we exist in. And then maybe years and years and years ago, there were people who actually used that part of the brain. And maybe that's how witchcraft and witches and all that stuff came into play. People who don't understand those people label them something because they're different. And that's how they got labeled. As people who could cast spells and do all of that stuff, or as crazy or something. You know what I'm saying? Think about that.
It's late at night when a man who's by himself enters an abandoned house. He walks carefully around the place as though acting with caution. This house, according to him, has a very strange history. Now, the district where the house is located has prohibited anyone from entering the place, and for good reason. There's something about this house that isn't right. Neighbors say that an old man used to live here before eventually passing away from old age. What's strange about this, though, is that nobody else was living with him. This giant building with lots of rooms and cryptic artifacts belonged to one single man who lived all alone. But strangest of all are the events that took place after his passing. Nearby residents have seen shadowy figures standing near the windows of the second floor and the sound of children laughing during the nighttime. Knowing this, the man treads carefully as he expects someone or something to appear. He walks around when only moments later this happens.
Oh man, these people in the bumbleclad abandoned houses. See, that's what I'm saying. If I'm going to go to a place like that, I'm prepared, you know. I got something, you know, because look at me. I'm watching a video and I'm like... So I know if I'm going in there, I'm walking around with a bat like... That looks like some chant. It's getting vibey up in here. Buddha just fall down, you know what I mean? Peace be with you, brother. And he just picks it up and puts it back. Oh yeah, Buddha gonna knock your tail out here in a minute. Oh.
Out of nowhere, a small golden statue seemingly falls over. The man pauses for a moment as he tries to understand how this happened. He looks around the space for anything that could possibly explain this, but finds nothing. Somehow, the statue fell on its own. Although pretty creepy, it's what happens next that leaves them shaken up.
More is
He continues
happening?
to explore the house by heading upstairs. He sets up a second camera to record the entire floor from a different point of view when this is captured.
Ugh. This guy was into the Oriental stuff a lot.
In just a couple of frames, a small silhouette can be seen standing against the wall. It wasn't until later that the man had noticed this, but had he seen this during his tour of the stairs, viewers no doubt believe he would have hightailed out of there. Whatever this might have been definitely spooked him after watching the footage.
He
But
wouldn't
it's what
tell
happens
all.
next that forces him to leave at once.
What happens
The man explores
next?
the second floor when he finds a couple of rooms that are mysteriously locked. Something about this does not seem right. This is what he caught.
Something is living in that bumbleclad thing, man. Somebody. Opening up locked doors and thing, you know. Come on, home skillet. What you do? What you are doing? All three doors locked? Now, if I was a homeless person living in there, I would be like, who is it? One of the locked doors just... Did one of the bumbleclad locked doors just open? And this idiot went there. This rascalad idiot just went there. Come on now, I'm prepared to fight for you, homie. Chair sitting in the middle watching the clock. Why is the chair sitting there watching the clock? Woohoo, the door just... The doors are slamming shut, boy. He's bumbleclad locked in. Oh yeah, you're in that room, home skillet. You ain't going nowhere, you punk. Locked in that bad boy. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you better sit in the chair and watch. You freaking out now. Oh, he got out? Oh, he's trying to break out. Camera malfunctions.
As if seeing the door open on its own wasn't creepy enough, this happens. The door immediately closes as soon as the man walks in, as though someone had slammed it shut. The man quickly rushes over to the door, but realizes that it's locked. But then somehow, the door suddenly becomes unlocked, at which point he bolts out of there. He runs out as quickly as possible, but fails to record the rest, as the camera had stopped recording. However, it's right before then that something downright chilling was captured. As the camera pans over to the room that he just came out of, a dark figure can be seen inside. It seemingly stands there as though observing the man run away. Knowing that whatever this was most likely with him inside the room has left him extremely unsettled. Not much else is known about what happened later, but it seems pretty clear that this man won't be coming back anytime soon.
Never.
So then, just what exactly had occurred that night? Until more footage is posted, this mysterious incident remains unsolved.
I'm thinking somebody else was in that thing. Because, I mean, the house looks nice and pristine. Somebody's living in there. You understand what I'm saying? Come on. Open the door. Come on in. Slam the door shut. Then open it. Don't come back. Why is it they always walk into a room and just walk into the room? What's in here? They go into a door. You see what I say? You walk into a door that's just open with nobody in there, and you could just walk in there and not. I'll be looking for something to jam the door. Ain't nobody gonna be shutting no door with me in there. Are you kidding me? Come
For
on
more
now.
info on this story, you can check out the YouTube channel Fourth Wall, where the full video can be found.
No, I would not be watching that full video. That excerpt is enough for me.
On
How about
October
you?
25th of 2022, a paramedic posted a video of something freaky that occurred during his lunch break. The video is pretty short, so not much happens, but it's a certain detail caught in this footage that makes it quite disturbing. The video begins with the paramedic filming inside a hospital where a couple of surgeons are getting ready to transfer a very sick patient to a different wing. The paramedic walks out of the hospital to record them coming through. It isn't until later that the doctors arrive with the sick patient, who according to them passed away only hours later. The paramedic then stops recording. Now, it was only after finishing work that the paramedic had watched this video and noticed something strange about it. Looking back at the footage, they noticed that during the time they were waiting outside for the doctors to arrive, something unusual was caught in the background. Take a look.
Okay, what are we looking for now, homie? Your finger? Ooh, El Grimo Reaper. El Grimo Reaper. That's not even Spanish.
If you look closely at the hallway inside the hospital, a dark, shadow-like figure can be seen standing at the end of the hall. It's there for just a few seconds before suddenly disappearing from sight. The paramedic has no idea as to who or even what this might have been, but judging by its appearance, viewers believe that an entity of some sort was seen. They further add that this entity might have been death itself, considering that the patient in this video passed away that same day. Yet it's still not sure as to what was captured. But one thing that's certain is that whoever or whatever this was didn't seem to belong in this hospital. It remains unknown as to who or what was caught on camera. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. As with most videos involving baby monitors that capture something unexplainable on camera, this
ain't that
next one
baby
shows
cute.
something highly unusual. Joanna Pascoe posted the following video after noticing something peculiar inside her daughter's bedroom. Her daughter, named Evelyn, is Joanna's first child who was fortunately born without birth defects. Before Evelyn, she was pregnant twice, but tragically, she had lost both pregnancies from having 2 miscarriages. Ever since experiencing this traumatic event, Joanna has been very caring towards Evelyn. She would constantly look over at the baby monitor to see what she was up to, but one day she had looked over and saw the strangest thing. While checking on Evelyn, she sees this.
Okay. That's not possible.
Oh,
What is that?
a firefly?
What is that? What is it? Look at the way. Look! It's lingering. Is it the light outside? Like. There's no pinhole. Empty. Like. The curtains. I pulled the curtains closed. And it's not leaving. It's getting near her. Oh my god. Did she just touch it? Where did it go?
A small ball of light can be seen floating around Evelyn's crib. It seems to follow wherever she goes and doesn't seem to go anywhere else beyond the crib. Even stranger is that Evelyn appears to see the ball of light and even chase it. It's as though whatever this is interacting with Joanna's daughter. Among many things, viewers believe this may have been one of the spirits of Joanna's unborn children playing with Evelyn. Others think this might have been a guardian angel or an entity of some kind. Regardless of what this might have been, Joanna feels comforted by this mysterious presence. To her, it's as though something else is looking over Evelyn. Given how much she cares for her daughter, she doesn't mind having something else look after her child.
That looks like a firefly to me.
This next video was recorded by two friends who caught something very strange while taking a walk through a secluded forest. Both friends were shooting a video for a small project, but little did they know that the spot they were shooting at had a chilling history. The story goes that a few years ago, a boyfriend and girlfriend were camping somewhere deep inside this forest where nobody could see them. The reason for choosing this spot was so that no one would catch them doing drugs. But this was a bad idea. Within just a few hours of taking a hard substance, the boyfriend suddenly falls to the ground and begins to convulse. He had taken too much and eventually passed away. Immediately, the girlfriend began to scream for help, but nobody came. Now sadly, she too had passed away, but her cause of death remains unknown. It wasn't until much later that the police arrived and found their bodies. Ever since then, the forest has been said to be haunted by the spirit of the couple. Although some believe this, the following footage has left many wondering if something haunts this place. The two friends are walking alone inside this forest when this is captured.
What if I screamed to scare the demons? They would mimic your scream. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah.
Upon listening closely, the sound of faint screams can be heard coming from the forest. The two girls initially shrug it off as they think it might be some kids playing around in the woods. But as they continue to listen, they begin to realize that the screams are getting louder and more frequent.
The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary it sounds. My stomach really goes now. Oh, you gotta get Yeah.
The screams seem to be coming from someone who needs help. However, the source of the screams can't be found. Given the history of this place, which is said to be haunted, the two girls quickly fled in a panic. It's unknown as to who was screaming, but many viewers think that calling the police would have been the right thing to do, as it could be that someone was crying for help. While some believe that this might have been the spirit of the girlfriend who passed away in this forest, others can't help but think that this was an actual person in need of help. If that's the case, then this video becomes a whole lot scary. Now the girls eventually did call the police, but the rest of the story is unknown. So then, just what exactly was going on inside this forest? As with most videos whose original source is unknown, this one remains a mystery.
Man, this song like some kids because they know the history of the place vibing up. That's what this sounds like. This didn't really bother me as much as it is because I know that I've been in the woods as a kid and just that screaming for no reason. You know what I mean? I've done that before. You know, wherever there's woods and there's kids playing in woods, they're gonna be screaming because they can't scream at the house, they can't scream in the backyard, they can't scream in the street in the city. But when you get out into the woods, even grown-ups go out into the woods and holler and hoot and howl at the moon and do all kinds of stuff like that, you know. And it wasn't a blood-curdling scream neither, you know. It was just somebody screaming, you know what I'm saying? So they could be putting a prank too, you know. That one was kind of, yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed all the videos that we're seeing in here. I hope it give you a little boop, especially 19 more days to Halloween.